And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter along with Tim Tulloch. A big Sunday to get to. We have 3 carryovers. We have tickets for everything. We'll get to all that, but we had a big Saturday yesterday. It started off early in the morning with breakfast with Santa. Santa Claus was here, a bunch of people, a big crowd, a lot of families and kids and everything. So that got the day going with some good mojo.
Certainly did. When I was coming up here to the set and there were kids leaving, they were smiling. They were happy. It was a good time for everybody. And then we had it was a dismal day, no doubt about it.
Weather was bad, right?
Weather was bad. The racing was great. And what a day we had there yesterday with some of these payoffs.
Yeah, big payouts. We had the handle was up yesterday. The feature yesterday, won by Jerry Englehart's Avenue Meccano with Trevor McCarthy aboard. McCarthy had 2 wins yesterday. What a race that was. John Jones gave Avenue Meccano everything he could handle.
Yeah, John Jones is starting to round back into some good form. His last 3 races, last 3 of his 4 have been really good, solid efforts. So it's good to see him back on the good foot.
All right, so McCarthy with 2. The Bug, Victor Rosales with the big 3-win day yesterday.
Big 3-win day. He's certainly benefiting from the departure of Julio Correa, no doubt about that. But he's riding well, and he's going to get more and more opportunities here as we get toward the end of the year.
Absolutely. All right, and we have to thank Laurel Glazier for all the carryovers today. She blew it up. Beautiful ride right up the rail for the journeyman rider. Laurel Glazier, great ride there for Ricky Silliman, big price.
It was a really, really good ride. But how about that Rainbow Pick 6? We got that big carryover today, but how did it start out yesterday? It started out warm. $11.80 winner in the 4th. And it got warmer, $32.20. Mr. Acosta gets that horse home at $32.20. And then here comes hot. Laurel Glazier, $75.60. The rest of it was a tad chalky, not too bad, but a big carryover. Average win payout yesterday, $17.70 on the day. That's a good day at the races.
Nice. All right, so we hope you made some money yesterday on Saturday, and we're going to dive right into it today. There's the carryover in the Rainbow Pick 6, almost $16,000. That's going to start race 4 on the 9-race program. Tim has a ticket for that. Benintendi is going to be a popular favorite in race 5, the second leg of the Rainbow Pick 6. Benintendi 8-5 off that impressive debut win for Brittany Russell. But he has to break from the 1 hole today, going 7 furlongs against Allowance Company.
He does, and he's my single on my early pick 4. But I went 4 deep on my pick 6 ticket just for that reason, because if he doesn't get away, doesn't run back that big race, it's anybody's race after that. Now, if he does run that well, then they're all running for second, no doubt about it. But so I covered myself there. But I have a single in race 6, Calypso Ghost, Maiden 10. Scary single, but it's first time off the claim for Claudio Gonzalez, Calypso Ghost in race 6. So get going. Do your homework. Get into this big carryover here this afternoon, the Rainbow Pick 6.
All right, so that's the Pick 6 carryover. Late Pick 5 carryover as well with that industry low, 12% takeout. There's the carryover, $15,170. Starts in race 5. I'm going to have a ticket for that. I have a ticket for both Pick 5s today. And race 7 is going to be a key race on both the Pick 6 and the Late Pick 5. That's a nice allowance race for 2-year-olds going a mile. Bird King and Super John coming out of the same race. Court Sky could be tough in there. Carry Times might be a real runner for Ferris Allen. I like Carry Times at 6-1, number 8 in race 7. So a couple nice carryovers. Almost $16,000 in the Pick 6 and over $15,000 in that Late Pick 5. They're both going to be well played today. So we have you covered for some big action, big carryovers. For the horse racing, we have all the football you can handle today as well. We have the NFL Sunday ticket right here at Laurel Park in that big, gorgeous, beautiful sports book with that 75-foot LED wall. Grab a couch, grab a table in the sports book. Second floor of the grandstand. Want to bet the football games today? No problem. Come on out here to Laurel Park and you can bet all the football games today in our $3,000 football pick'em contest. You enter at the sports bar. All you have to do is buy a program and you can enter in that $3,000 football pick'em contest. So that's the carryovers. That's the football action. Let's get right to it here. Let's show you a picture of the main track. Much better weather today. We had a sloppy track on Friday and Saturday. The rain has stopped. I still thought we might be muddy, but the track labeled good. Nice job by the track crew getting the track. Looks like the track's in beautiful shape out there.
Yeah, it is, and they work really, really hard on this racetrack, and they gain an extra half hour after training here today, and they did a really nice job. They kept it sealed up. Now, as you can see, part of the racetrack, the inside portion is opened up. It's getting some sunshine. There's some wind out there, so it should dry out pretty quickly.
All right, so if it upgrades to fast, we'll keep you apprised of the track condition all afternoon. Let's get right to it here. Race 1, we have a little carryover in that rolling super high 5, which has a low 15% takeout. There's the carryover 373 in race 1. We have that every race with 7 or more horses, so keep your eye on that throughout the day. Also, race 1 kicks off the popular early pick 5, mandatory payout on the early pick 5, and all the pick 5s here in Maryland feature that industry low 12% takeout. Let's take a look at my ticket. I have tickets for both pick 5s today. Hopefully I can give out a winning ticket today. There it is. I go 4 deep here in this open. It's a maiden 16,000 going 6 furlongs. I used a 2, 6, 7, 8. Maybe I can get a little price home with the Jackie Savoy. First time starter by Seville. The 2 Slam Saint with J.D. Acosta. Acosta got that long shot winner home yesterday. Maybe you can give me a price here in race 1. So 2, 6, 7, 8 to kick it off, then 2, 7, 8 in race 2, 5, 6, 7, 8 in race 3, 7, 9 in race 4, and then there's my single. I'm going against one of my cardinal rules. I'd never like the one hole going 7 furlongs, but Benintendi might be a freak. 3-year-old by Take Charge Indy, won by almost 9 in his debut. Maiden special weight, big 88 Buyers speed figure. He beat a next out winner in that race. Sheldon Russell back aboard for his wife Brittany. They're doing awfully well together. 30%, 32% winners with a positive ROI. So Benintendi, that's my single on both the early pick 5 and now the late pick 5. I do use the Claudio horse Absolved, who's been the beaten favorite his last 2 and last 3 or 4. Absolved's been the beaten favorite. So I single on Benintendi here on this early pick 5.
Well, you think it'd be a pretty good single with Sheldon Russell. The other thing we've got going on, we've got a tight jockeys race.
That's right.
40 wins for Trevor McCarthy, 39 for Sheldon Russell, 38 for Alex Cintron, and they're all on live mounts today. That could all change by the end of this afternoon.
All right, so certainly an interesting jockeys race in the final month of this long fall meet. Let's get right to it here. Race 1, 6 furlongs on a good track. Maiden 16,000 claiming filly mares 3 and up. I go with the 6 on top here. Got a flat haver. Your 7-5 morning line favorite in this event. Sheldon Russell rides this filly by flat out for Jerry O'Dwyer. A good effort at this level 2 back. I know she was the beaten favored for Maiden 16 twice, but she ran 2 good races, and she ran pretty well last out for Maiden 25. You get one of the top guns, Sheldon Russell, to ride the favorite here in race 1. We both have the 6, got a flat haver on top.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. She's dropping back down to this $16,000 level where she ran quite well 2 starts ago behind the next out winner in Fairy Wish. Tashmu ran a big race that day as well. So in the right company here today, dropping that 25, and you're absolutely right, ran a decent race for that main 25 in her last start. So I think she shows up here today and gets the job done.
All right, we both like the 7 here. Redeemed Spirit gets blinkers on today for trainer Christine Claggett. Second off the layoff. 3-year-old filly by Redeemed ran well coming off that layoff December 1st at this level. A real good second on a sloppy track. And now you get Weston Hamilton back aboard today. Blinkers on. The 7, I think, is live here. We both use the 7 in our exact.
And we know Christine Claggett's very good off the layoff. We saw one win going a mile off a year layoff just the other day. The horse's name escapes me. Nice gray horse. However, good return in that race on December 1st. Biggest thing with Redeemed Spirit is has a couple races where he hasn't gotten away as well. So a good break is going to be important to get the whole thing flowing in the right direction for Redeemed Spirit here this afternoon.
All right, so we both have a 6-7 exact on top. We both used a 2 as well. Slam Saint, the first-time starter for Jackie Savoy. Savoy, a former assistant trainer for Dale Capuano, so she knows what she's doing. The Sevilles are runners. Dirt, turf, doesn't matter. This filly very realistically entered here for the debut. Some okay works over there at Pimlico, including a recent Bullet 48-2 from the gate, fastest of 9 works on December 5th. So it looks like Slam Saint is in at a good level here for the debut.
And that's a good work because most of those works were probably from the pole. This one was from the gate. Those pole works, when you can have the bullet from the gate, you're doing a little bit. And at the end of the day, you're absolutely right. You nailed it right on the head. This one's well entered. Comes in here with, a good series of works, a decent work tab, but Jackie's covered all the bases, including 3 trips to the gate.
All right, let's turn the page here. You like the early pick 4. That starts in race 2. Let's check out your ticket, see how you play it.
Sure, here we go. I go 4 deep in race 2 using the 2, 6, 7, 8 in that $10,000 race. 3 deep in race 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 7, 9. And then I do single on Benintendi for Brittany Russell and Sheldon Russell. However, I did not single on this horse on my Rainbow Pick 6, but I got a little bit more coverage there. But there you have it, an $18 ticket. We got a long day, so I need to pace myself.
All right, absolutely. All you got, always have to have good money management when you're playing the ponies. Here we go, race 2, 6 furlongs, claiming $10,000, 3 and up. Never won 3 lifetime or straight 3-year-olds. We have a video spotlight on my top pick, the 8. Let's go right there. Hargis for trainer Robbie Bales. Trevor McCarthy will ride his 3-year-old by Capo Bastone. Here's the race on November 8th. A good second at this level with a big 71 buyer speed figure.
This was a nice race. I mean, he turned for home in front, and he tries all the way down to the wire. He's going to have to run back to that same type of race as he did the other day, but the races are in him. 4 starts ago, he ran a big race at Timonium, but you can see he gets beat here, but he goes down trying that afternoon to Zeta Rosa, and Zeta Rosa is simply in pretty good form right now, no doubt about it. So there was no shame in running second to Zeta Rosa, but if Hargis can show up with that same type of effort, that will be good enough here this afternoon.
Yeah, speed on the outside, should get a real nice trip. So I have the 8 on top, you have the 7 on top here, Hero's Hope. First off the claim for Anthony Farrier, a big second last out at this level behind the next out winner. Now runs first off the claim for Farrier.
Yeah, behind Tachyon. Tachyon's a horse that is trained by Farrier. Farrier claims that he's pretty good off the claim, about 27%, and comes back at this same level. Work since that last start, and I just think this horse, a 6-1, getting Forest Boyce returns, going from route to sprint. Farrier's pretty good at that. So I'm going to take a shot on Hero's Hope. I don't think he's my price play of the day. Yes, he is my price play today. So we're getting 6-1 on the line. So there you have it. I like Hero's Hope first off the claim for Anthony Farrier.
All right, the 6 I didn't get to. You have Kosher Contract in your exacta. Sheldon Russell, Dale Capuano, Top Connections, big win back in October for the 10-2 Life. It had a little time off since then. Nice half-mile work late November right here at Laurel.
Dale real good off this type of layoff, 27%. And when dropping to this level in his last start, Kosher Contract got the job done. He's had a little bit of a break, comes back at this level. Sheldon Russell returns aboard Kosher Contract. And this horse was in very, very good form before about 4 races before the drop earlier this last summer, where he was putting together some good races against much tougher. So I like Kosher Contract here also this afternoon, and he's 10-1. So my exacta right now is a 6-1 and a 10-1 in the second.
All right, the 2 higher purpose we both use here in race 2. Ricky Silliman with that big long shot winner yesterday. Kevin Gomez rides his 3-year-old. First off the claim, this horse in very good form. He's a 3-year-old who's won 4 times. All wins right here at Laurel Park. So higher purpose steps up off the claim today, but you can't fault his recent form.
No doubt about it. This horse has been in great form going all the way back to July. In fact, he hasn't been worse than second since July. Now, as you mentioned, he's going to step up to the $10,000 level, but when a horse is a good form, a horse is a good form. An interesting thing about this combination, Silliman and Gomez. Silliman, a low-profile guy. Gomez, kind of a little bit low-profile. They do very well together. 27%, 30 starters. So they hook up and they do some good stuff. But this horse is in great form. He's going to have to manage the step up in class, but I think he's capable for sure.
All right, so a nice beaten 10,000 there. Race 2 to kick off the early pick 4. Let's turn the page. Race 3, 6 furlongs. It's a 25,000 starter allowance for 3-year-olds and upward. Never won 2. We both have the 6 on top here. It's my price play of the day, 4-1 on Maranatha for trainer Kenny Decker. Big effort last out at this level. Third, just got beat a half lengths. Game effort there. You see the comment line, 73 Buyer speed figure. So Kenny has this 4-year-old colt by Hear No Evil, a homebred for Jack's Better Farm down there in Florida. Angel Cruz will ride. We both like the 6 here in race 3.
I do, and I like the turn back to 3/4 of a mile today. It was a decent race in his last start, going 7/8, but he gets the 3/4 here today, and I think he's just a little bit better going 5.5 and 3/4 of a mile. You look back at his race at Pimlico this past May, where he ran his lifetime best race, going 3/4 of a mile. He ran 6, got beat 6 lengths that day, but he was in pretty tough in that A other than that particular day. But he's got some other races down in Florida going 5/8 and 5.5. And also up here. So I think that's the key for Marantha today. Gets back to going 3/4 of a mile, and Angel Cruz gets the call.
All right, and we both like the 5 Casper Slew with McCarthy aboard for Mike Trombetta. A big win against Maiden 40 coming off the layoff back in October. Then they went up to New York, a 42 life, and ran okay up there. Only got beat 5 3/4, 64 Buyer speed figure. So 2 positive efforts this fall. Takes a little drop today. Gets McCarthy, who won on this horse 2 back. So the 5 Casper Slew is going to be a main rival in this event.
And 3 starts ago, I mean, this horse ran in some nice horses in that Maiden 40. Bull Shark, 7 on the Rocks. Those are pretty nice horses. Goodwill breaking his maiden for the Maiden 25, but he gets back to a favorable level today, and I agree with you. I thought that race in New York was a pretty decent effort. Gets McCarthy back aboard, so for sure Casper Slew is in the conversation in a big way in today's third.
And we both like the 7, the Magical One, a big debut win last July 28th. We have that video spotlight. Let's show it to you. Went off at even money in a 9-horse field. Maiden 10 on the bottom, but he wins pretty easy. Here's the start. It just didn't break very well. We're going to see it again. All right, breaks a little slow, but he overcomes this. He's going to win by 8 in debut with a 63 Buyer speed figure. He's had off since this win. We know he runs well fresh. You get the hot bug. Victor Rosales off that 3-win day yesterday. Rosales and Claudio, 42% here in Maryland with a positive ROI. So you have to respect the 7, the Magical One.
Yeah, this was a Maiden 10 and didn't get away well, and then just absolutely beat these horses up. Now this is going to be a lot tougher this afternoon. Did receive a big number that afternoon in a 63 Buyer speed figure. I'm just not sure what to think about the Magical One. Now comes in off of a long layoff, only shows 2 works since that race on July 28th, November 22nd, and December 7th. That's a little un-Claudio-like. Claudio works his horses. He makes sure his horses are ready to go. I'm not going to make an argument against it. I'm just a little suspect of that move, because typically off this type of layoff, Claudio would have a horse coming off 4 or 5, maybe even 6 works. So that's my only question there. But certainly, also this type of layoff, he's only 14%, and well, that's pretty good for some guys. That's a bad one for Claudio, because he's off the charts and everything else.
Right. All right. So we both have a cold 6-5-7 on top there. Race 3, big carryover action in race 4. The 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 4. Let's show you the carryover. Nice number, almost 16,000. There it is, 15,973. Now, going into the last race yesterday, we had a couple live singles for about 18,000. This will be well played today, maybe around 25,000 in the Pick 6 hopper, if you can take it down. Tim, you have a ticket for it. Let's check it out, see how you play it.
I would think the Ravens don't play today, so get your action right here. But look, I go 4 deep in the 4th and the 5th, a Maiden 10 and a other than. I want to get started. Now, I do single in the 6th. Now, that's a Maiden 10, but it's Claudio Gonzalez first off a claim, and taking the blinkers off some moves there. 7th race, I go 3 deep there, 4, 6, 7, 2 deep in the 8th, and 3 deep in the 9th. $57.60 ticket. Good luck if you play along in the Rainbow Pick 6 this afternoon with that big $15,000 carryover from yesterday.
All right, it's a nice big 10-horse field in race 4. No scratches. Just scratch to 2 AEs. No scratches in the body. Race 4 also kicks off the middle pick 4. Let's take a look. Maiden claiming 10,000 for 2-year-olds, going 6 furlongs. I Go with one of the favorites on top here. The 9, Gone Home for John Salzman and Kenny Taylor. The Extra Heat connections. Victor Rosales off that 3-win day yesterday. Rosales is going to ride, so you get 5 pounds off. This will be the first time Victor rides this 2-year-old by despite the odds. A good third last out against Maiden 16,000. They want to win now, so an aggressive move here to the Maiden 10 for the 9, Gone Home.
Yeah, he was well regarded in that Maiden 16,000 in his last start. He ended up going off as a favorite, so he's a beaten favorite in his last race. However, he drops to a new lifetime low. He's in good form. The horse has been running over his last 4 races, have been good races behind the next out winner 2 starts ago in the Maiden 25 in audacious quality. So I think the horse is in good form. I don't think it hurts that he gets a little weight off this afternoon with Victor Rosales. No doubt about that.
All right, so we both have a 9-7 here. The 7, Irish Town for Steve Casey. Just threw a clunker last out, but they're going to try him right back here at this level. I like what Steve did. The horse didn't, beaten favorite at what, 3-5?
Yeah, it was short priced.
Short price. It didn't run well, but Steve comes back. A nice little maintenance half-mile work November 30th, and we wait up almost a month, we wait about 25 days to run back. So I like that. I like the move here by Steve Casey, a patient move here with the 7, Irish Town. So he deserves one more shot.
That's exactly what I would have on my notes. He deserves one more shot. He's a little bit better. He may just be what he is on the dirt. There's no difference in the 25 or the 10, but I'm willing to give him one more shot here today, and I agree with you. That's a nice move with the work in between, tune him up a little bit. So I like this move, and I'm giving him one more shot, but only one.
And needs a better trip. Got carried.
Needs a better trip. He was. You could have at the fairs. You could have handed him a hot dog and a Cupid doll.
All right, so a 9-7. We both like the 1, Nana's Glory, first-time starter for Jerry Robb by Outflanker. A couple bullet works here at Laurel Park. Avery Wisman will ride. Nice work, half-mile work from the gate November 30th. Robb's having a big, strong meet, and you get 5 pounds off here with the Bug. Tough inside pose for the debut here for the 1.
And that's the issue, the tough inside pose. A light work tab, but the 3 of the works that are there are useful works, including that good gate work, and he's going to need a good break here this afternoon.
All right, so we like a few of the same horses there in race 4. Let's get a quick commercial break. Another big carryover in that late pick 5. That starts in race 5, a nice allowance race to kick it off. Carryover is over 15,000 in the late pick 5. This is going to get up to around 30, 40, maybe 50,000 today in that late pick 5. We'll check it out right after this.
The best bets at Laurel Park are the pick 5s, and we have 2 of them. The early pick 5 starts in race 1 and is a mandatory payout. The late pick 5 is the last 5 races of the day and has carryover potential. Both pick 5s at Laurel Park have an industry low 12% takeout. The pick 5s at Laurel Park, your best bet.
Well, we have an update already in our track condition. Hats off to the track crew. We had a sloppy track yesterday. Looked like it might be good today, but they've been working on it all morning. And look at that. We're going to have a fast track here for race 1.
I sure spent a lot of time on it earlier this morning for training and then after training this afternoon. And that's not an easy task with these cooler temperatures and not a lot of sunshine, less daylight hours. That's a good job. Shout out to the track crew here at Laurel Park, no doubt.
All right, let's take a look here at this late pick 5. This is a 2-day carryover in the late pick 5. There it is, $15,170. As always, we feature that industry low 12% takeout on all the pick 5s here at Laurel Park. This will be well played, 30, 40, 50,000 maybe for the late pick 5. I have a ticket. Let's check it out, $48 play for me in the late pick 5. I don't use a single here on my late pick 5. I know I single on the 1 Benintendi in race 5 on my early pick 5, but I'm going to look for a little backup here to kick off this late pick 5 with that big carryover. I'll use the 1 Benintendi, but you have to respect the 5. Absolved for your leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. Alex Centron will ride. I know he's been the beaten favorite his last 2, but he keeps running big races. One of these days, he's going to break through with a big win. So I go 1-5 here in race 5, a nice allowance race for 3 and up, going 7 furlongs to kick off this late pick 5. Race 6, the Maiden 10, 2-year-old fillies going 6 furlongs. I used the 9 Courtesy Shuffle and the 10 Calypso Ghost. Race 7, nice allowance race for 2-year-olds going a mile. I go 4 deep here in race 7. The 7 and the 8, the 7 Bird King and the 4 Super John are going to be your favorites, but the 6 Court Sky is live. And how about the 8 Carry Times? A big maiden win last out, ran behind Romanoff, 2 back. This might be a nice homebred for Hickory Ridge Farm and Ferris Allen, so I use the 8 Carry Times there in race 7. Race 8, I just go with the 7-8 in race 8, and then 2, 3, 4 in the finale. Let's take a look here at race 5, one of our features of the day to kick off this late pick 5. First level allowance 3 and up, going 7 furlongs. The 1 Benintendi might be a freak. Let's show you why. Here's the debut, bet down to about 9-5. This is November 16th. Had to break from the 3-hole in the 8-horse field. Doesn't matter. He's in front right now, easy, and he just cruises through the stretch.
And he's just a cool horse, too. You know, he puts his ears up when he's just gliding along there, and Sheldon asks him a little bit, and he puts his ears back on the back of his head and said, okay, let's get down to business. And business started in earnest right about here, because watch Benintendi just draw off from this group. Just crushes them under a hand ride all the way down to the wire. A couple light taps on the shoulder. That's all it took for Benintendi. If he comes back and runs that type of race here again today, he's going directly to the winner's circle. With that said, he's got the dreaded 1-hole going 7/8 of a mile, and there's no doubt you can't get around not even talking about it. You have to talk about it.
Absolutely. One of my cardinal rules, the 1-hole going 7 furlongs never helps. You just have to, you hope the horse breaks sharp with Sheldon Russell, and Russell doesn't have to burn him too much early on to get to the front. There's some other speed in here. Nico Priantije has some speed, but he didn't run very well last out. The 6 Marco Island with a little speed in this event, but Benintendi, a 3-year-old by Take Charge Endy, they paid $270,000 for him as a 2-year-old at the OBS down in Florida. Brittany Russell, what a year she's having, 28%, and what a fall meet she's having. 9 wins from 21 starts, 43%. That's got to be the highest win percentage of the meet, I'd guess. And she's 33% with horses that have won their last race, and her and her husband, Sheldon, one of the leading riders, 32% together. So I'll go against my cardinal rule here and hope the 1 Benintendi can break sharp and be right there early on. He doesn't have to be in front. Hey, maybe Russell lets somebody else go the lead and sit stalking trip early on.
Well, look at how many times we've seen Sheldon Russell. You think the horse is supposed to be going to the front. Things don't go well. He's cool as a cucumber. He just says, okay, we're going to do it from here. Taco Supreme in the Maryland Million Sprint. There's a horse been running in front his whole career and didn't get away well. He just laid back there and ended up winning the race. So, the horse looks good enough to overcome anything right now.
Sure.
But still remains to be seen. It was a maiden race stepping up here this afternoon, but looks good.
So how about
No
the
doubt.
5 Absolved by Blame here for Claudio Gonzalez? Alex Cintron will ride today. It looks like the first time Cintron's been on this horse. He's been the beaten favorite in 3 of his last 4, including his last 2, but that said, a big second last out, beat Pretty Good Year in that race, who came back to win. Sparty, who beat him. Sparty just came back to win, yesterday or Friday?
He did.
So Absolved's coming out of a strong race.
And not only that, he's going to turn back to 7/8 of a mile here this afternoon. He's never run 7/8 of a mile. In his last 3 races going in 1-turn mile, he's gotten a little late, no doubt about it. Claudio puts in 3 works into Absolve, turns back to 7/8 of a mile, gets Alex Cintron here this afternoon. Alex rode him 2 starts ago when he was second, got beat 3/4 of a length. So you have to like that combination, but you have to respect him. I kind of like the 7 Shytac first time for Lacey Gaudet off the claim from Churchill Downs. We've seen these horses from Churchill run pretty well up here. Horse been running good, strong numbers down there and has a couple local works, and Johan Rosado gets a call 4-1 on the board. So that's why I went 5 deep. Marco Island, too. I mean, you cannot rule out anything Mark Reed leads over here. This will be second off a layoff and turning back to 7/8 of a mile. So it's a tough heat.
It certainly is. How about the 4 here, Revolutionary Road, trying to pull off the upset for owner-trainer Robert Vukovic. A good second 2 starts ago, going 6.5, and just ran okay last out. Now he's a first-time gelding today. A recent half-mile work here in December at Laurel, probably after he got gelded, so I like that. Forest Boyce will ride. First time gelding, big price here on the 4 Revolutionary Road.
I have him as a scratch. If fellas, you check that and make
Okay.
sure if I'm wrong, because I could be. It's
All right.
happened.
All right, well, maybe that was a late scratch.
It was a late scratch.
Okay,
if it
Damon,
was.
you guys have that on the 4? I'm sorry? You don't have anything in that race? Yeah, when I checked Equibase, I didn't see anything either.
All right, well, there you have it. He's still in.
Yeah, the 4's in. The Revolutionary Road, first time gelding today, 12-1, big price there in race 5. Let's turn the page here. Race 6 kicks off the late pick 4. We're going 6 furlongs. Maiden claiming $10,000 for 2-year-old fillies. I go 9-10, you go 10-9. The 9 courtesy shuffle for Jerry Robb, the X-Man. 2-year-old daughter, Street Magician, has some early speed. Outside post, that said, was clear in the stretch last out and got beat as the favored, but ran a decent race, and then now I think it's going to get a nice trip with that early speed on the outside.
Well, that's what makes me nervous about Courtesy Shuffle. Had every right to win that race in his last start and every opportunity to do it. And when he started to back up, he backed up quickly. I mean, he was a length in front, ends up getting beat 3 3/4 lengths, 2 3/4 lengths. At the end of the day, so he gives up 3 lengths very late in that race. I like the 10 Calypso Ghost on the outside. It's my best bet of the day. First time for Claudio Gonzalez, 23%, first time off the claim. Ran horrible in his last start going a mile, but turns back to 3/4 of a mile here today where he's run some decent races. 3 works for Claudio, and you know this horse is going to get better. I mean, there's just no doubt. If it's enough to get the job done, then it is, but he'll get better, no question.
All right, the 6, we both use the 6 here. First-time starter for Scott Lake. Joan Rosado will ride. This horse been working over there at Pimlico, and the works don't jump off the page at you, but he's in for Maiden 10. It is Scott Lake. Rosado with a win this weekend, so the 6 might be live here at a big price.
Well, in this type of race, you've got to give the first-time starters some consideration. We've seen the body of work for a lot of them, and some of them, just aren't that good. So if you've got any kind of talent, or maybe even a little bit more than any kind, it's going to put you right in the hunt here this afternoon.
All right, so big field here. All 10 run, no scratches. Just take out the AEs in race 6. Let's turn the page here. Race 7, one of our big features of the day to kick off the final pick 3. We're going a flat mile, nice distance for a first level allowance condition for 2-year-olds. Optional claiming $62,000. My best bet of the day, one of my best bets of the day here, the 7 Bird King, my top pick. The 7 Bird King and the 4 Super John come out of the same race on November 14th. Let's show you that race right here at Laurel Park, going a mile at this level. And Bird King's going to be a big second this day behind Laddie Liam. Laddie Liam came back to win a stakes race after this and just sold for almost $500,000 at Timonium in the Fasig-Tipton sale. So Bird King's coming out of a strong race. So is Super John. They're both coming out of a strong race for top connections.
Yeah, and this Laddie Liam came, as you mentioned, comes back, wins the Maryland Million Juvenile Championship, and in a big race and sells for a lot of money. Super John, this will be second time off of a layoff for the 4 Super John. Good return in that race, as you saw behind Laddie Liam. And he got beat by Bird King that day. But I think the tables get turned back here today. Super John was coming off a little bit of a layoff, may have needed that race, and ran hard all the race, made all the running. And I think this horse moves a little bit more forward. Bird King, certainly you can't knock him. He's run 2 times in his career, and they've both been really good races.
Sure. All right, how about the 8 carry times? We both like the 8 a little bit here. The debut was pretty good back in October against Maiden 40, and he ran okay. It's something. It didn't run as well in his second start. He was the favorite that day. He was 4th behind Romanoff, who would come right back to win. But then carry times came right back late November and dropped the hammer. A big win by 7 lengths with a 65 buyer speed figure. That was going 7 furlongs. I remember talking to Ferris Allen after that race. I congratulated him. He said, yeah, this horse is all right. A nice homebred here for Hickory Ridge Farm. Caramanos will ride. The 8 carry times could be interesting here at a nice big 6-1.
Yeah, I would draw a line through that second start. He it probably bounced in that race, even though he shows a work. The work was right on top of that November 2nd race. So he just came up a little bit short, got tired, comes back in his next start, and that was an impressive race. With all of that said, he's stretching out to a mile today. He's got Housebuster up underneath him. I'm a little concerned with that. And then also, this is a tough race with Super John and Bird King. And don't count out Court Sky for Claudio Gonzalez.
Sure.
This is a horse first off the claim, out of Churchill Downs, has route experience, won over a racetrack rated as good at Churchill Downs in his last start for the Maiden 30. So you can't count that one out either. So this race ends up being a little deep, and I'm just a little afraid it's going to be a little too deep for the 8 carry times.
All right, well, we both like the same 4 horses here. Nice allowance race for 2-year-olds, going a mile. Nice to see these 2-year-olds stretching out in distance. Let's take a look here at race 8 to kick off the late daily double. We're going 6 furlongs, claiming 5,000, fill your mares 3 and up. I go with the scratch, a couple scratches in here. Take out part of the entry. The 1 floating rate is scratched. The 1A does run. The 1A Fire Commands in. Take out the 6 Sharp, and then take out the 10 Conquest Hard Cherry. So I go with the 7. We both have the 7. Vampish on top. It's going to be one of your favorites. Alex Centron rides his daughter, Bodemeister, for Abel Castellano. Used to be a jockey here in Maryland. Vampish, a good second 2 starts ago at Delaware for 16,000 2 life. Ran okay here at Laurel mid-November for 16,000 2 life. 4th, only beaten 3.5. A big double drop here to the nickel today. They want to win now. So Vampish in a nice spot for Abel Castellano.
Certainly is, dropping to a lifetime low. And this one's been running very, very well going back to last June at the Maiden 25 level, a couple races in it then, but just tries to get the win here this afternoon. They've given him every opportunity to win at a higher level. They've given him his chances, so he hasn't been able to do it. He's been running well, and any one of those races are probably good enough to get it done here this afternoon.
And the 8 we both have in our exacta, Kate and Lillian for Dale Capuano. Avery Wisman having a good weekend. A nice win last out for the Maiden, 16,000 on a sloppy track. That was second off the layoff. They want to win 2 in a row real bad, so they're in a nice spot here for this nickel 2 life.
Well, there's no doubt about it. We don't even know if the Maiden 10 didn't go, Dale goes to the Maiden 16. So
Sure.
we don't know that, kind of guessing at that. But it did win the Maiden 16. This is the right move. They're generally worth half what they break their Maiden for. So this is the right move for Kate and Lillian, Dale Capuano, Avery Wisman. And what are they winning at these days? Just 25%, just a lukewarm 25%. So
yep.
There you have it.
They're doing well. All right, one more race here. The 9th race is Quinella time with that low 10% takeout. It's like a $2 exacta box, but you say Quinella and boom, 10% takeout. Last live race. Every racing day, we have the Quinella. Let's take a look at race 9. 7 furlongs, Maiden claiming 25,000, 3 and up. Scratch to 1. Start with Yes. Big scratch there. Start with Yes was 6-5. Morning line favored. The 1 is out. We both end up on the 3. Lotto, who was 8-5, now going to be about 3-5 probably with the scratch of the 1. Let's show you his debut November 16th against Maiden special weight, and he's going to get caught 4 wide here going into the far turn.
Yeah, this is a Benintendi race, and nobody was going to beat Benintendi that day, but Blue Ridge Mountain would come out of this race and win. Look, I mean, he's hung out there way out there. He loses all sorts of ground, and while he had no chance of beating the winner, and nobody did that day, it certainly didn't help his cause of being that wide. But he did get dragged to a good solid number, 56, and it could just be one of those situations where they just get dragged to a number. But if he runs back to that same type of race, it's going to be good enough. A typical Kieran McGee work in between an easy half mile, 52 flat, and you're getting Alex Cintron returning. So there's certainly plenty to like there with Lotto.
All right, so we both have a cold 3-4-2-7 superfecta for you there in race 9. Hey, Dame, let's see if we can pop up those 2 big carryovers once more. two nice carryovers for you this afternoon here at Laurel Park. The 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6, there it is, almost 16,000. That's going to start in race 4. Tim has a ticket for that. That's on the website, laurelpark.com, under the handicapping section. Also, nice carryover in a late pick 5 starting in race 5. There it is, over 15,000 in that late pick 5. They're going to hammer that this afternoon. 30, 40, maybe 50,000 or more, I think, in the late pick 5 today. Starts in race 5. As always, we feature that industry low 12% takeout. I have a ticket for both pick 5s today. You can study them right now on the website, laurelpark.com, under the handicapping section. That's it. We're out of time. Nice weather today. Come on out here. Enjoy the live horse racing and the football and the great food. Dave Rodman coming up next with Scratches and Changes. Good luck.